Hey guys, this is Sexy Sax with you here playing at Tier 8 Centurion Mark 1. This video is basically to show you not about my skill, but about how the dying player base of WoT tanks and why it's dying. Basically, I'm just showing you the bullshit of this game that they were introducing with these further updates and these new premium tanks. And if you've been playing this game for a while, which you probably have been if you're watching this video, then you have probably noticed that we only have an average of about 8,000, 9,000 people playing now, and we used to have 25, 50,000 on at a time. Now, this video again is just to show you exactly why so many people are quitting the game and no longer playing it. These new graphics also, I'm not a huge fan of. I like the look of them, but should look a little weird. I do play in minimum graphics though, just so you know. Like, I don't have the best computer, as you can probably tell by this recording. It's really not the best one out there. But that was a lot of chat there. That's annoying. Where's that there? I don't know. Anyways, here's an example of one. Is this Cromwell right here? Watch. I ricocheted Cromwell with 226 millimeters of penetration. Ready? Wait for it again. Wait for it again. Bounced him again. Bounced him twice. Twice. A Cromwell, which has like 90 millimeters of armor. And I bounced him twice with 226 millimeters of armor. Now, this was kind of my fault for cutting through a little bit too close here, but that was bullshit. How that Cromwell did not die. I'd have taken about 700 less damage because of that Cromwell. If I had killed him off of that, which I should have. Now, here's where I made another mistake myself. This is something I really need to work on, is I type way too much in game. And because of that, I could have shot this super Pershing way earlier, almost like 5-10 seconds earlier. But, you know, I still got the shot in, and he did not shoot anything else since then, so it's not like I wasted any time or anything like that. But, you know, it can really cause some damage at times. Now, I'm stopping again to type here. Now, this time, it does cost me, because I was still spotted. I'm no longer spotted anymore, but he already still blind fires me because I was in the same spot because I was typing that whole time. Mind you, really annoying. I didn't think already could have hit me there. I thought I was safe from it, but I should not be typing this much in the heat of the battle. But anyways, that doesn't matter for this video. That's not what this video is about. It's about these premium tanks, the game mechanics, camo, and all that kind of stuff. That Cromwell, launched that Cromwell twice, cost me 700 HP. It might have even cost us the game in the end. But in all fairness, the real reason I'm mad is that it didn't make sense. It just didn't make sense. It wasn't angled to his flat armor. It didn't go through. Now, obviously there's something blocking out of this skateboard. I'm not even sure what it is. I think it might be that tire piece turret might be in the way. But knowing how that shot missed, it was mostly on him. But, you know, sometimes shit happens. It's pretty rare I actually see a game like this in my Centurion Mark 1 anyways. I never see Tier 6. I think it's the first time I actually have ever seen Tier 6s in this tank. I only have like 70, 60 battles in it, but still. Okay, there's a Cromwell P still alive, which really pisses me off, and this is where I made my mistake. I was so anxious to go kill him that I made a mistake here. Now, I was still thinking straight. Because of the update, I totally forgot that they changed a lot of the layouts of the land. B2 used to always be where those TDs left. There's 4 TDs. I assumed that most of them were back there. 3 of them, or the other 3 were back there. What I didn't realize now is that there's a pond back there in water, so these TDs don't really have a lot of bushes to camp in back there anymore. It's not a great place for them to hit across the map as much as it was before. So thinking that that's where they were, I isolated line of fire to try and get a shot on this Cromwell from over there. And I realized my mistake in 3, 2, 1. I'm lit. Look to my right, I see the E25 bounce me there, and I know I'm done already. E25 finishes me off with the second shot. As the STRV bounces me, he was right there with him at A6. A1 will see the IKV, shot him from over there. So the IKV still went over there, but the other 2 tanks are at A6. Now the rest of this game is bullshit. See, look how this tiger pushed forward. Not a very smart tiger. Right into the wide open and dies. Doesn't even kill the Cromwell B, which is really sad. At this point, I'm quite sure we've lost it now. Switch over to T32. T32 moves forward too, right with the Tiger one, where he died using him as cover, but he's still in the wide open. He's not perfectly covered from all angles. He's gonna die either by Artie or by one of the TDs. One of the TDs just tracked him. the E25 penned him, and here comes the STRV, probably through the track wheel. Right there it is. He's done. We just threw this game basically. But if we look on our left-hand flank on the mini-map there, the Challenger's moving forward. The Achilles will join him soon as they push down the one line to try to be the scouts for the IS-2 and ISU. That's the RD, don't know what I'm looking at. Challenger now has the Achilles with them, pushing down the one line. ISU is ready to fire here, waiting for them to spot something. Speed this up a little bit. Challenger peeking over. I would have thought that he spotted something by now by B2, because I'm sure that was where the IKV was. But the Artie is right there. He kills the Artie, but he is taking quite a few hits for it. He costs him 700 damage. Now realizing he's a one-shot, he needs to back off. But the ISU, who has the most HP here, do some spotting. ISU realizes this as well, so he's going to go down through the town, through the 8 line, to use some cover. Trying to advance and spot them. Look at the Challenger. Look at the Challenger right now. Watch this. As the ISU moves forward, keep watching the Challenger up in the left-hand corner. Being good, he's biding his time. He's being patient, waiting for the ISU to spot. So he just stays there because he knows it's wide open and he can't spot those other guys in the bushes. He's thinking the Artie says he's ready to fire. He thinks he needs a spot for the Artie. So the Challenger, not using the ISU, is going to spot for him. Instead, decides to just YOLO across the empty field and dies immediately without spotting anything. Very much frustrated me in the chat as well as I type Challenger no, why? The ISU is now spotted. I have no idea where from because it could have been from his right, but that's really bullshit. If something spotted him from that close, and he didn't spot him. Even if it wasn't a bush, that's way too much. But there's IKV. The only reason IKV was spotted out there, though, is because he is moving. ISU misses. Could very well miss. Could have very well cost the game. The Achilles over here gets one shot in. Misses the second shot. Already misses. I do like that change on the Artie, though, with these new updates. The updates has made my computer a lot worse for this game, but that's really cool, the new Artie shells, how they're like flaming like that. Now that is also bullshit. How could that IKV him on the move? I used that tank, I played that tank. It cannot shoot on the move. It cannot. That is some bullshit. You just got really lucky. It's like a 1 in 1,000 chance. But moving on from that, now he's a one shot for the STRV. Look at the ISU over there, though. He's getting farmed by the E25. He's got to be less than 100 meters away from the E25, and he still can't spot him, even though the E25 is shooting right now. That is utter bullshit. He's got to be in that bush right there. Now, see, if the E25 was 15 meters away from the bush or more, so that his shot didn't take away the camo value of the bush completely, then the Achilles should have spotted him from the other side, because Achilles had a clear line of sight of the other side of that bush. But the Achilles was immediately one shot by the Sturb when he tried to cross the field, thinking that the E25 was looking at the ISU, which he was correct in that. It was the Sturb that killed him, though. The Sturb most likely in the same bush as E25, because that's what it looked like. They came from the same direction, the shots. The ISU, knowing he can't spot them, is going to run, get away from them. He's spotted again. Backs up too far here. Gets hit by the E25, who's surely in that bush that the Achilles was like 15 meters away from. Which 50 meters is the proxying spot, so we should have automatically spotted him. But it looks like he didn't, because this game is bullshit, and that's why people are leaving this game. Could have been like 60, 75 meters away, but even though he wasn't proxying, he still should have spotted him because he was firing, which negates the camo of the bush. IS-2, knowing he cannot spot them, he's got to wait for them to move first. The IS-2 is sitting in these bushes waiting for them to advance on him first. Now the ISU, realizing what direction the E25 is still shooting from, uses the rock to block the point of view of the E25, the line of fire of the E25 as he runs away to try and get a position further away so that he can wait for the E25 and STRV to come to him. He realizes that's the only chance because the camo values in STRV, S1 and E25 are so insanely good that Even when they fire, he will not spot them. He cannot spot them even when they're firing. Now, that was a good spot for the ICU. I'm not sure why he decides to move, because the TD in bushes, he also now has very good camo as well when he's sitting still in those bushes, but now he's resetting and moving back further, which I believe was a mistake. Now watch this IS-2 over here. Watch this. Now this means, since he did not move or fire anything like that, it means that the E25 or STRV moved up on the IS-2, which means they outspotted him even though he was in a bush and camping. They still outspotted him even though they were moving, which means they have much less camo as well, and they were firing. They're moving and firing, so how do you beat a tank that you can't see even when they're moving and firing? And you're in a bush. There's E25 again. Already stopped, so he outspotted the ISU there. He got the shot off on him. Already hits him. ISU is like, let's go for the straw, running away. He's got a nice bush set up here. He's going to turn around and look and stop into this bush. He's also a TD, so he has great camo when he stops in that bush as well. Except for when he fires, because he's massive. But look, the E25 still out spots him at the same time he spots him, even though he's in a bush camping doing exactly what the E25 was doing. And the E25 snaps him on the move with an incredible small amount of fire there. This wargaming, this is why people are no longer playing this game, because you are selling tanks. Basically, is now a pay-to-win game. Even if you're really bad, if you spend the money on that tank, on like the STRV, S1, E25, Defender, the Lorraine, the Scorpion G, even if you're really bad, all you gotta do is sit back and click, and you can still carry a game with 7 kills or 5 kills. And you won't even take a shot of damage to your tank. So thanks for watching, guys. This is Saxy, Salty Saxy, and I'm out.